Alright, we're back. Hopping in another game real quick. Since that last one took, I don't know, like 5 minutes maybe? Waiting for one more. So I'm gonna. Alright, we're back. And we did not win the die roll. So we're still running horde. Stutwee or whatever is running experimental kraj. The double mint is running Vela the Nightclad, and our buddy over here is running rafiq. So we have 4 lands, arena, and a mana fixer. So we're not going to mulligan. We just need like a Farseek or rampant growth or something to hopefully get a second swamp so we can drop arena. I mean, if not, we can just do it a turn late. Play lantern. Get the hello and good lucks out of the way. And we're off. Now, experimental projects are usually very combo-y. This was actually my first commander I ever ran. Yeah, when I first started playing the game, one of my buddies, I had like no legendary creatures, or none that were good enough to run as a general. So I had a buddy lend me his experimental kraj, and I built a blue-green deck. And I had some old cards from way back in the day, because I played from like Unlimited Revised to Urza's Block, like right after Urza's Block. And then just all the other Magic players just kind of disappeared. You know, I was in college, and we had a little play group for a while, and then everyone just kind of drifted off on their own. So I had, like, my favorite colors back in the day were blue and green, because I could run like Tolarian Academy and Gaia's Cradle, and I used to have a Mox and all the dual lands, and it was real fun. I ran like prosperity decks, and I usually ran 5-color 90 to 100 card decks that were just a bunch of mana ramp and stuff like oh, the ley druids, the untap lands, and um, the other guy that has threshold, and if he has threshold you can untap up to 3 target lands you control, and then verdant forces, and it was just big fat dudes, force of wills, mana drains, OG counter spells, and I just played out a bunch of ramp dudes, hit a cradle, and would just cast huge prosperities and either draw people out or burn them out with the one of fireball or whatever. And so I still had a cradle and a bunch of stuff like that. So anyways, that's what my first commander deck consisted of. But yeah, I've always been a sucker for blue green, because green you just have all the ramp and get all the mana out there, and then blue you counter and draw cards. Yeah, prosperity and stroke of genius were my usual win cons, and I never played like competitive like um, tournaments or anything. We always just played at the shop or at a buddy's house or whatever. Now I will say at the college, when I used to live up in Ada, the college there, we had this play group that met every Sunday, and it was free to get in. They had like one of the English buildings, and all the different rooms that they had in there, they had set up for like different stuff. Like you can go play Dungeons and Dragons or Palladium or whatever role-playing game you wanted, and then they had another room for Magic. And Normally, most of the games that I had ever played were just 1v1s. Okay, hold on, let's see what we draw here. Alright, so unfortunately we're going to have to give this dude a card. We're just going to go ahead and cultivate. Uh, and I think one of the changes I made to this deck was I put some basic lands in it. And I was running... Alright, I need to... Alright, so we need a plains and a swamp. Alright, yeah, so most of the games I ever played were just 1v1s. And one of the first big multiplayer games I ever played in, they called it Rogue or something. And what it was everyone put their name into a hat. Oh yeah, he gets a Sphinx. Turn 3. Yeah, whatever. So anyways, everyone put their name into a hat. And you had to draw a name out. Well, that person was the only person you could attack or like target with spells. And this guy just scoops. So anyways. Yeah, so the only person you could attack or target with spells was the person's name that you had drawn until someone attacked or targeted you with a spell, and obviously that was the person that had had your name, and so that's how the games went. And I remember it was cool. We had 14 or 15 people in this game, and it took forever, but it was fun. I was able to land a verdant force, and if y'all don't know what verdant force is, which if you're watching this you probably do, but it's like a 7/7 creature for 7 mana, 6 mana, something. I think it's 7 mana. And what he does is during each player's upkeep, you put a 1/1 Saproling token into play under your control. So in this huge game, every turn that would go around, I'd get like 14 or 15 creatures in play. And with Kaya's Cradle and Prosperities and stuff, it was pretty nuts. Fun times playing Magic back in the day. Yeah, when I first got back into Magic, it was M11, I think was. Yeah, because the Titans were running rampant, and they had these new things called Planeswalkers. Yeah, I had never heard of a Planeswalker, but I still had my old deck, and I was able to dust it off. And I mean, it wasn't. I had lost my first collection. I actually lost. It got sold in the back of a car. It's a long story. We'll get into that another time. But I still had like a cradle and some other random cards that I found, like Maze of Ith and some other, just random good stuff. And I took it up there, and I just got owned by this. It was one of the Destructive Force decks with the Primeval Titans and Inferno Titans and Jace the Mind Sculptors, and yeah, I had no clue what a Planeswalker was. But I ended up getting Jace ultimated, so that was pretty nuts. It's like, what do you mean I exile my library and my hand becomes my library? Yeah. played around our Sphinx. But hey, we just got 2 free cards. Primordial Hydra. He said this happens every time someone plays a Sphinx. I mean, and he's correct. I was one of the people that was not in favor of the primetime bannings. Um, I know Primeval Titan became the focus of every game that he was cast in. Because what you're going to do is, you're going to copy, clone, reanimate, write a replicate, whatever. The Titan. But now that primetime is gone, everyone just copy, clones, reanimate, write a replicates the Sphinx. It's become Capture the Sphinx. And we needed to refill our hand, so we fell right into that game. So to counteract the Sphinx, he cast Marauding Spring. So yeah, this seems like a lot more social group. The last game I played was just no one really talked over in the little chat box. It was all serious and stuff. Yeah, let's draw some cards. So we can play, unless we draw a Reliquary Tower. We can play a land, Morari's Wake, which now we don't really care if we use Rustic because we'll just draw 2. Where's Herbivore when we need it? So alright, we're gonna go land. 1, 2. Lantern makes everything take forever. Ha! And Sphinx just sound Rustic as well, it appears. Just corrosion grips are boo on you, sir. What happened there? We had two. Yeah, that was okay, so pretty much we floated the 2 mana from Steam Vents because you can still activate mana abilities. So when he cast this, we still had Morai's Wake Out, which is when we tapped this, and this was on the stack. So we should have had 2 blue in here, which would allow us to tap this and play this. But that's not what happened, so we just got screwed out of mana. And so we're going to pitch coffers and foundry. Alright, here comes his general. And he's going to put a +1/+1 counter on this, which kills it. Okay, well that's okay. He played a 7 mana removal spell. Here comes another Oracle or Clone. Alright, so he's scooping. So alright, this turned into a 1v1. There's that crib swap we added. So it looks like we'll get to see if it really works like I think it does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's play the bayou. Oops, guess I paid too much. Oh well. So in that case, we're going to ingot. Now, I played one game earlier where I had the tyrant out, or I cast the tyrant. This guy over here had like 15 soldier tokens, his general, some equipment, some enchantments, and like 6 or 7 lands. I was blowing up like 1 land. So for him, we're just going to name Elemental. Oh, we hit Oracle, Boots, and a Forest. We didn't really hit the Sphinx like we wanted to, but let's do Elemental. And then I think on upkeep, we'll go ahead and crib swap the Sphinx. And he has 2 and a green up, so. Now if he kills this, we will just cast our general and recast Tyrant. Oh, this is gonna be so hot. We have that the Night Elemental in the deck. What's his name? And I put him in here mainly for because we're running Black Sun Zenith too. And he's actually worked out very well in the game that I had him out. I didn't have his Zenith out. The guy was running the original Borborygmos, where he puts a +1/+1 counter on all your stuff when he attacks or deals combat damage. And so with this guy, he has Wither, and creatures your opponents control without or with counters on them can't attack or block. So if we ever get him, it's gonna be fun. We'll just take a beat down from a Sphinx. And now we'll go ahead and attack with this guy. Well, I don't really think he's going to trade. So we're gonna go white, white, See, he wasn't left with nothing. So let's take 2. Red, white, black. Oh, well, we had it without even, or we didn't need the chromatic lantern. Yeah, might as well get in there. If he blocks it, we get to blow up his stuff again tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow. Next turn, anyways. Like if he kills it. Now we are not going to block his general if he swings. Well, yeah, I guess we will, because he can't pump it and swing. Wow, that's nifty. So if he taps out, we might just Genesis Wave. Oh, he's gonna exile our Cribs Wall. That's a shame. He can eat almost our whole graveyard right now. Eat the image. Sad face. Really, the coffers out of all that? Yeah, so this turn, since he's tapped out, let's pull up the deck again. So I mean, we do have a lot of spells we could hit, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, we're gonna go for this here. We're just gonna Genesis Wave for 10. It's either just gonna be a ramp spell or get us a couple more creatures into play. The ooze is kind of awkward because we do run like time spiral and stuff, but what can you do? And we could try to play around it and hope to draw like a rule spell, but don't think that really does it. And we get the shriek maw. So we need to put the one, two, three, four. No. What do we want him to eat with the oomph? Let's just go for the Genesis way. It's not really that important if we get it back. If he wants to put a counter on this. Oh, he's just gonna let us? Yeah. This is the night guy I was talking about. So we have 4 mana up. Oh no, we do have 5. Okay, so we're just gonna play this Koldatha Night guy, or Kolrath Knight, whatever he is. Alright, so we're pitching 3 cards. Let's pitch Force Arena Entity. Is that correct? Let me just Jace. Yeah, because I don't really know how relevant Jace is going to be. We'll pitch him, Regal Force, and Arena? Yeah, sure. Next turn we can tutor up Maelstrom Wanderer and cast him. And if he wants to like rift our board, and that's kind of unfortunate, but we get to play him again. He can only attack with his general. Now Seedborn, this is on the possibly cut list. We don't run whole lot of instants. I mean, we run like crib swap and some draw spells, but that's pretty much it. And so, having all our mana untapped every turn isn't really like super important. So, I mean, he could rift us here. Okay, so he's taking our Ewit. That's fine. Okay, so let's lead off with the tutor. Let's get Maelstrom Wanderer. And then blue, red, green. That's 4, 6, 7, 8. Now I have bricked a lot because this isn't really a Maelstrom Wanderer deck. What do we have to get back? Phantasmal Image? Sure. Let him draw a card. Let's get a Tyrant. That seems fun. So you just never know what you're going to get with Wanderer. Okay, that's fine. So, alright, have we played a land? No, we have not played a land. So we're going to tutor up Alchemist Refuge here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 6 mana. 7 mana. So let's evoke Shriekmaw. Then we don't have any instants. So we're just going to go ahead and recast our general here. Oh, we can't. We need Chromatic Lantern. Alright, well, that, if he windfalls or something, that's really, really bad for us. I'll go ahead and get in there for 7. So next turn, the game plan is to image the Eternal Witness, get back the Corrosion Grip, kill on the rafiq Study. One thing I have been thinking about adding in here are some counter spells. If you notice, there were none. That Defense of the Heart kind of changed things. We might have to grip that Defense of the Heart. I'm trying to think what he could go get. I mean, he could go grab like 2 Eldrazi. Or Crater Hoof, Avenger of Zendikar, kill us. But I mean, he is tapped out, so him drawing cards off the rafiq Study really doesn't matter. All of our stuff has haste. Alright, yeah, so I think we're just gonna kind of go nuts. Let's drop our general. Oh, I forgot we had that colorless. Yeah, let's go ahead and I forgot we were gonna Tyrant first. Way too many options. Okay. So what I'm thinking here is if we need to Shriek Maw this, Oh no, that doesn't matter because we'll get to untap anyways. So, alright, back to the plan. Well, that's... I'm gonna go ahead and Sky Shroud fine. We're letting him have 1,000,000 cards, but... just click through attacks there. Oh, gross. He just got crumpled. So now he's gonna take our Seedborn Muse. And this just got real bad. Yeah, that did not work out well for us. I go grab it. Charge Yeah, that spell crumple was hardcore. I really don't think we have another removal spell. Because we were just gonna abuse that crib swap. Okay, that's not too bad for us. Well, I mean, it's still awful for us, but what can you do? So first thing we're going to do is run out this mana reflection. Alright, 2, 4. This should draw a counter out of his hand. Oh wow, and it resolved? Come on, hit asceticism. This is what we want to see in the graveyard. We'll even pay them 1.
times the counterspell. Dissipate. Oh, okay. Boo. A citizen was not hit. So, hmm. Alright, sorry for the lapse of talking there. Trying to think this out. Let's play this guy first. Always yield, always yes.
Alright, so we only have 8 minutes here. Counter, no counter, counter, no counter, counter, no counter. So we can block 3 creatures. Let's go doppelganger.
I guess we'll run out this oracle. No, we won't. We're gonna run out this Elspeth. No, not the Sun Titan. Ah, stupid misclicks. Do we even have anything in the yard to get back? Ah, that was awful. Alright. So now he can just steal our Sun Titan and keep getting stuff back. But now he has a choice of whether to steal the Sun Titan or the Seaborn Beast. Okay, that's fine. Progenitor Mimic. Fabian Tyrant. Alright, let's see what we get. The land. Okay. Okay, we should have this one. He has one flyer. Is he not gonna take my Seaborn? Yeah, there he goes. Okay, so what we should be able to do here. Unplug this computer for a minute so I can sit down. Okay, so what we should be able to do here. Let's see, time stops this. Oh, okay. It'll land. Okay. I thought we were getting time stopped. That was going to be bad. Okay, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we are going to pump our team. So do we have any X1s? Just the mirror entity. Alright. I'm trying to hurry up and click through this because we're down to 4 minutes. And if he has a counter spell, this could be bad. Alright, computer. Alright, so now let's go. Black Sun for 1. How is he going to beast within that? He still can't attack or block because he still has a counter.
I guess. Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. Alright, so we got the good games. It's so laggy. Wizard Johnny to fix this. Alright, well, we actually got a win. Okay, thanks for watching.